The sun was setting over New York City, casting a warm golden light on the busy streets below. Inside a fashionable restaurant, the atmosphere was lively, with laughter filling the air and glasses clinking in celebration. But at one particular table, things were on the verge of unraveling. Chrissy Lampkin sat across from Jim Jones, her face showing a mix of determination and frustration. The couple had been through a lot in their time together, but tonight felt different. A heavy cloud of tension hung over their conversation, and it was clear that something needed to be addressed. "Jim, we need to talk about your mom," Chrissy said, her voice firm but filled with emotion. "I can't keep pretending everything is okay when she treats me with so much disrespect." Jim sighed deeply, rubbing the back of his neck. "I know, but she's my mother. You have to understand where she's coming from." Chrissy leaned in, her eyes narrowing with intensity. "It's not just about your mom, Jim. It's about how she treats me. You can't keep making excuses for her behavior." The air between them was thick with unresolved feelings. Just as the conversation grew more intense, Jim's phone buzzed on the table. He picked it up to see a text message from his mother. His face immediately darkened as he read the words. "I can't believe this," he muttered, his voice tinged with disbelief. "She's texting me right now, saying that I'm the one causing drama in the family." Chrissy's voice rose, drawing the attention of people at nearby tables. "Drama? All I'm trying to do is be part of your life, but your mom won't let me. This has to stop." Jim's temper flared, and he shot back. "You're always on her case. Maybe if you tried to understand her better, things wouldn't be this way." Before Chrissy could respond, a figure appeared at the edge of their table. It was Jim's mother, her eyes filled with indignation. "I've had enough of your disrespect, Chrissy," she snapped. "You think you can just waltz in here and take my son from me?" The tension in the air snapped like a tightrope ready to break. Chrissy's voice was sharp as she retorted, "I'm not trying to take him from you, but you need to show me respect." In a flash, the situation escalated. Jim stood up, attempting to intervene, but Chrissy's words were like a challenge. "Are you really going to let her talk to me like this?" she demanded. Jim's face twisted in conflict, torn between loyalty to his mother and his relationship with Chrissy. His heart pounded as he tried to navigate the storm raging inside him. "Mom, please," he started, but Chrissy wasn't having it anymore. She stood up, anger radiating from her like heat from a fire. "This is why we can't work, Jim," she said, her voice steady but full of emotion. "You let her control everything." In the chaos, Jim's frustration reached its peak. He moved to block Chrissy's path, but in a split second, his hand slapped her across the cheek. The sound of the impact rang out, shocking everyone in the restaurant into complete silence. Gasps filled the air as people stared in disbelief. Jim's eyes widened, his heart racing as he realized what he had just done. Chrissy stood frozen, her face a mix of hurt and shock. For a brief moment, her pain was evident, but behind it, there was a fiery determination. "Is this how it's going to be?" she whispered, her voice breaking. "You chose her over me." Jim's heart sank as he stood there, unable to fully comprehend the consequences of his actions. Chrissy cut him off before he could say anything, her voice steady and final. "No, Jim," she said. "You need to figure out what you want, because I won't be a part of a love triangle with your mother." With that, she turned and walked away, leaving Jim standing there, stunned and speechless. The silence of the restaurant felt suffocating as the weight of the moment settled over him. His heart raced as he realized that this was a pivotal moment in their relationship. Would he fight for Chrissy, or would the pull of family loyalty tear them apart? The decision loomed over him like a dark cloud, and he knew, deep down, that things would never be the same again. Fast forward to December 1, 2019, when Chrissy Lampkin and Jim Jones made a public appearance backstage at the Palooza event at the Barclays Center in New York City. Despite years of being together, they had yet to officially tie the knot. In 2021, after being together for 18 years, Chrissy seemed to have had enough of the idea of marriage. During the third season of Family Reunion, Love and Hip Hop Edition on VH1, Jim proposed the idea of finally getting married. But surprisingly, Chrissy turned him down. She explained, "You want me to be this loving, crazy cook and all these things, but when you come home, you're mean, cold, and distant." The conversation between them quickly escalated into a heated argument, with Jim acknowledging his past mistakes and fears about commitment. "I've always been a man of my family. All I know is how to support and provide. I don't want you to think I'm selfish because I love you more than anything in this world," Jim explained, his voice filled with emotion. But Chrissy wasn't convinced. She calmly responded, "At some point, it has to stop." She went on to explain that while she thought their relationship was in a good place, she didn't think marriage was the right step for them. "Marriage is not for everyone," she said. "We're good right now." Chrissy later elaborated on her decision during an interview on VH1. She spoke about returning to the show after a 7-year break and how the producers had asked her to come back to capture the essence of the show. Reflecting on her relationship, she noted that while marriage seemed like the natural next step at one point, it wasn't necessary for their happiness. "Our relationship is in a good place," she said, "but we don't have to get married for it to work." Chrissy and Jim's relationship had always been a central part of Love and Hip Hop, and their journey was filled with ups and downs. Their relationship began in 2004, and they had faced many hurdles over the years. In 2016, Chrissy explained her decision to remain in a long-term engagement with Jim. "What's the point of marrying before one of us is truly ready?" she asked. "I don't want to go through a divorce just for the sake of getting married." She added, "People move at their own pace, and I'm here because this is the decision I've made." Their relationship had become a key storyline on Love and Hip Hop, with their long engagement raising many questions from fans. In a memorable episode, Chrissy left Jim and moved to Miami, a pivotal moment that many fans saw as a turning point in their relationship. Fearing he might lose her, Jim made a bold gesture by proposing to Chrissy in Miami. But even after that, they didn't get married, leaving fans wondering about the future of their relationship. Though Chrissy had shown her love for Jim publicly, she also hinted at deeper issues within their relationship. While she still loved him, she made it clear that there were problems that needed to be addressed. "I love Jim, but at some point, enough is enough," she explained. Despite rumors and speculation, Chrissy remained dedicated to her relationship with Jim, even though she often seemed conflicted about their future. She expressed in a more recent interview that she was satisfied with their relationship, but acknowledged that it might never lead to marriage. "My love life is steady," she said. "There are no new disappointments, because I don't have new expectations. We've been together for so long that while things are comfortable, marriage isn't my main focus anymore." This statement carried a sense of resignation, as Chrissy seemed to accept the possibility that their love story might not end with them walking down the aisle. Their relationship had always been a mix of love and challenges, and it appeared that Chrissy was finally coming to terms with the reality that things might never change. Fans of the couple continued to speculate about their relationship, with many wondering why they had yet to get married. Chrissy's cryptic Instagram post only fueled the fire, with some interpreting her message as a hint that she was considering ending the relationship. "You and I both know you will never ever find someone like me," she wrote, "but good luck with your attempts. I'll replace you by tomorrow." Though the message was ambiguous, many fans saw it as a sign that Chrissy might be done with Jim, or at least ready to move on from their prolonged engagement. Ultimately, The future of Chrissy and Jim's relationship remains uncertain. What is clear, however, is that they both value their individual happiness and growth. Despite the pressures of public expectations and family dynamics, they have come to realize that relationships aren't always about following a set path. Sometimes, love is about understanding, compromise, and finding peace, whether together or apart. As they continue to navigate their relationship, fans will continue to follow their journey, eager to see what the future holds for them. The story of Chrissy and Jim reminds us that love isn't always simple, and that happiness doesn't always come in the form of marriage. Sometimes, the most important thing is simply being true to oneself and finding joy, no matter where the journey leads.